All right, welcome everybody. This is video number 39 and we're going to talk about molecules today. All right, so this will be your summary at the end. Describe the relationship of a coefficient to molecules. How do they impact each other? And I want you to be able to describe and calculate the number of atoms and molecules in a compound. You're going to be looking to try this example. A coefficient is the large number that you will find in front of a compound. It is always written at the same height as the element symbols. So for example, the compound you have below here is CaCl2. The 4 in front of it is the coefficient. So what does that coefficient tell you? Well, first of all, it tells you how many molecules you have of that compound. It's a chemistry vocabulary term. So coefficients are the big numbers in front, and what they do is they tell you you have 3 molecules of that compound. So I have 3 molecules of water here. Coefficients describe how many of each, or if you take a look at it, 3H2O, what does that mean? It means you have H2O plus H2O plus H2O. You have 3 of them. That would be a lot to write, so this is a much simpler way to do it, which, as you know, in chemistry is what we like to do. Now, we're back to the chemists don't write the ones because they're too cool for that. That is the exact same thing for a coefficient. We do not write a 1 for a coefficient. It's always understood, it's never written, and that's the same deal as a subscript. So below, when you just see H2O, you know you have 1 molecule of water. Coefficient and subscript. So this is back to the video from yesterday. Coefficients act like the math distributive property, and you're all like, oh, Mrs. Burke, why are you going all math on me? Well, chemistry actually has a lot to do with math, but hold on, I'll get you through it, don't worry. Coefficients get multiplied by the subscripts, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. All right, so I'm going to teach you how to count the number of atoms and molecules in each of the examples, much like my friend the count here is. So we're going to start with 3 NaCl. Now remember, if there's no number here, no number means it equals 1, okay? It doesn't equal 0, otherwise we wouldn't have written it to begin with. 3 NaCl means we have 3 of these. Sorry for my bad writing here. NaCl. So if you were to add these all together, I have 1, 2, 3 Cl's, right? 3 Cl. 1, 2, 3, 3 NAs. Okay, and that's how you want to write it. You always want to write it before when you're counting. The other way you can do it is, and I'll show you a faster way, but now you do the math distributive thing. So you go 3 times, remember this is 1, so 3 times 1 is 3, and then we do 3 times 1 is also 3. 3H2O2. Okay? Now you can write them all out longhand if you want, but I'd highly suggest you do the distributive property. So we're going to start with 3 times 2 is 6, so I have 6 hydrogen. And 3 times 2, so and I'll draw it over here for you, 3 times 2 is 6 oxygen. Okay? So these are, remember, your atom counts. Now remember, we also said we have molecules here to worry about, so this is our original, 3H2O2. So you would read this as 3 molecules of H2O2. And it's perfectly acceptable to say the chemical formula if you don't know the name of, like if you didn't know that was hydrogen peroxide. Totally can say H2O2. Okay? All right, how about one more? 4 H2SeO4. All right, so here we go. You can put on training wheels if you want. That's what I call the parentheses, training wheels, okay? So we're going to start with the first one. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times, hey look, there's no numbers, so we know that's 1. So this is going to be 4 selenium. And then 4 times 4 is 16 oxygen. Okay, so this is your atom count again. So this is the total amount of atoms. In fact, I'll write that, total atom count. And then you would read this as 4 molecules of H2SeO4. Okay? I hope that's easy for you. I hope you learned a lot in those three. And again, if you have any questions, just ask me in class. I'd be happy to go over them with you. And here is it written out all nice and neat. So put me on pause if you want to write that down if you haven't already. So describe the relationship of a coefficient to a molecule. Be able to describe and calculate the number of atoms and molecules in a compound. And I want you to try this example. So this is 5H2SO4, and that is sulfuric acid. So see what you can do with it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in class.